Good evening, hockey fans. Welcome to the LI Sports Network for this presentation of Suffolk County High School Hockey League Monday night doubleheader. First varsity matchup of two of the evening. Live from the rinks in Hauppauge, New York, we have for you the Northport Huntington Tigers taking on the Middle Country Cougars. I thank you so much for joining us this evening. I am Dylan Flynn, ready to bring you all this action on this great doubleheader matchup. Coming into this game, start with the Northport Huntington Tigers, 4-4-1, coming off a win 6-2 over the Connecticut-Sayville Thunderbirds. This is the second meeting between these two teams, the Tigers and the Cougars. Northport took the opening matchup 3-2. A Billy Collins goal in the third was the difference in that one. Tigers looking to get back over 500 tonight. They have not been 500 since they started 2-0. They've been 2-4-1 since then, looking to get back into the swing of things. A win gets them into sole possession of fourth place in points. They would have 11 and leapfrog Sachem and St. Anthony's, who reside at 10. Robert Savaglio and Tyler Paragallo going to look for them to step up on the defensive end here tonight. Really try to shut down this surging Middle Country team who's coming off a big win, and we'll get to them in a second. But the Tigers have given up 41 goals. We'll see if they can start a little bit of a turnaround here as they end the first half of their season. On the other side, Middle Country, the Cougars come in 1-8 as they won their last game 2-1 in overtime over the Ward Melville Patriots. Little knock against me if you missed out. I made a prediction that Ward Melville was going to win that game. Middle Country put me in my place, so congratulations to them on picking up that first victory. They are a scrappy and gritty bunch. If they stay out of the penalty box, I really like their chances tonight. They got to be able to score some goals. Not seeing Angel Spinelli out there for Northport, so we'll see what the game plan is for Middle Country. This is their second chance to restart as they begin the second round of games with everybody in Suffolk County. They're just a point out of playoff positioning, and if their big players play big, I think they'll have a decent chance tonight. Warm-up's just about set to conclude. I'm going to take a short break, and when we come back, it's Tigers, it's Cougars, it's live on the LI Sports Network, home of the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. I want to thank everybody once again for tuning into the LI Sports Network on your Monday night. Just about ready to get underway. The goaltending matchup tonight for Northport, Haley Martin getting the nod in net, and for Middle Country, Michael Sittler, Angel Spinelli, and CJ Lucente absent from their respective teams. So these two goaltenders going to step up here tonight as these two teams are ready to square off and cap off the first half of their varsity seasons. Ruthkowski immediately off the faceoff, taking a hard spill down into the end boards, and it's Middle Country going to work on the offensive end. O'Brien throwing one into the middle. It got through Hoffler, and nobody was home on the back end. Here comes Northport. Paragallo shooting, and an immediate save right there by Sittler. Northport, a physical, fast team. Middle Country gonna have to keep their players in front of them, and there's a nice sliding block there by Hoffler to keep it away from Michael Sittler. In the corner, David O'Brien. Oh no, excuse me. Jonathan Robertson was tied up. Here comes David O'Brien now with the puck. One man back, that one's shot blocked up by Robert Savaglio off the glass, stays in play, and we continue. Blake Belt now finds Savaglio. Tigers going for a change as Savaglio carries in, driving to the net, wraps around, tries to put it on with the backhand. It got blocked away. Middle Country with a nice back check there, had three back. And TJ Howard and Scott Whitbeck back-to-back hard hits on the Tigers. Howard will drop pass. Brown cutting off Quinones. Trying to get Joseph Beckman on his way. He took a hard hit, falls down to the ice. Middle Country retreats out to center to reset. Middle Country really hell-bent on trying to create some physicality here. A little tip there, icing waved off. Hits being thrown all over by the Cougars, trying to stop the Tigers in their tracks. Ryan Collins with the steal, trying to cut out. He does get to neutral. This one drifts over the blue line. I believe offsides was signaled. Nonetheless, the Cougars have control. They'll clear out. It's Dylan DeMuro chipping back into the Cougars zone, making them retreat. Nice crowd on hand here tonight for Middle Country and Northport as well. Big energy ready to pop here. One of these teams scoring the first goal of the game. Ryan Collins trying to bob and weave his way through neutral. Had the puck taken off his stick. That'll signal him to go for a change. As Savaglio off the bench lays a return hit. This one drifts on net. Martin plays it. Gets the pass up to Paragallo. He's looking for Savaglio, and Paragallo gets driven down from behind by Jaden Paridi. The hits coming hard and fast here tonight in the rinks. Gonna be a physical one. For Northport, I am not seeing Billy Collins or Michael Agafonov, two of the leading scorers for the Tigers. It's gonna have to be made up. They do have Blake Belt here. He is second, or third rather, on the team, as Agafonov and Collins are tied with 7 goals. Belt has 6. We'll see where the scoring comes from for the Tigers. As Kraft at the side of the net sits in front, Sittler covering up, and he gets the whistle. After the play, some physicality. This puck takes a hard bounce off the boards. Kraft from a tough angle throws it off the leg pad, almost a bank pass to Belt. It's right in front. Paragallo and Belt chipping away at it. Sittler not budging, holding fast there. We're still scoreless. Savaglio, nice keep in there. Robert Savaglio has 7 assists, has not registered a goal yet this season. See if he can come up with a big one here to try and help this Tigers offense find its footing. Jacqueline McGee breaks that pass up. Brendan Lloyd couldn't hold it down, so here comes Savaglio with Paragallo going to the net looking for the tip, and it was wide. Ruthkowski kicks it in. Ruthkowski looking for the pass to Beckman off the bench. He throws it back in front. Nobody there for the Tigers. Middle Country does not score a ton. They have just 15 goals scored so far through 9 games. They've played a couple of close ones. We'll see if they can win the close one here tonight. They did in their previous game to get the win 2-1 in overtime. Doesn't really get much closer than that. Country. Nice move there. Quinones trying to let it go. It got blocked and it goes up off the glass. Collins trying to make a move out. The back check of the Tigers creates an opportunity for Brandon Schurman. He spins out, finds his place, looks for a pass, makes it cross ice, back up top, shot let go, off the end boards. This one cleared all the way down by the Tigers, gonna go for icing. They just want to get a change on. Couple tired Tigers out there for Northport Huntington. They're a little short-staffed tonight. As I mentioned, no Billy Collins, no Michael Agafonov. I don't see Sean Tittle. I don't see Jake Giacoppi. So a lot of the prominent scorers for Northport missing here tonight, as well as their goaltender, Angel Spinelli, as this one sits right in front of Haley Martin. After she knocked it down, she holds on for the save. But it'll be an interesting one to see how it plays out here tonight. Middle Country, full-fledged, full-staffed. They're gonna come out hungry and with some momentum after they picked up that victory. And another win here tonight would move them into playoff positioning. Is right in front on the doorstep. It stays out. Haley Martin sprawled right across her crease. The puck sat idle in the blue paint. Middle Country couldn't put it home. She might have gotten some help from her defenseman there, but nonetheless, fantastic effort from Haley Martin in net to keep this game scoreless. Puck now behind the Middle Country net. Eric Kraft tries to make a move. Blake Belt is tied up, and the puck eventually drifts its way out towards the blue line. Here comes Middle Country trying to send David O'Brien and Luke Hoffler. They come in over the blue line, but Hoffler in too early. It's off sides. Luke Hoffler, the leading points and goal scorer for the Middle Country Cougars. 3 goals, 7 points. But now it's Scott Whitbeck. He scored in that first meeting between the Tigers and Cougars. This one is lofted up out towards center ice. It skips over the blue line. Middle Country now trying to set up. TJ Howard has Cancia. He tight ropes the blue line. A shot is thrown on net. It's held on to there by Martin for the whistle. 9 minutes to go. No score here so far. 6 minutes gone. Shots currently just 3-2 in favor of Northport Huntington. The face-off. Cougars trying to maneuver to the middle of the ice. This one went wide. Martin covers it up, holds on for another whistle, and so we'll get another face-off. Brown wins this one back. The speed of Howard and Whitbeck, though, applying heavy pressure. Middle Country trying to get on the board first here. The momentum as this one is tipped in front, really swinging in the Cougars' favor. Tigers reeling a little bit, but here comes Robert Savaglio now, charging over the blue line, trying to work through the hit there. Throws a hit to Jonathan Robertson. Trying to muscle the puck free. It swung back down low. A blind pass there. Brown is going to be the first on it. Savaglio calling for the change. Out comes Ryan Collins as this one is thrown towards the net by Brown. It's picked up by Middle Country and attempted to be cleared out. Rutkowski keeps it in. Is tipped over by Beckman on net. It sits in front. Michael Sittler makes the save. The face-off, Paragallo in pursuit. He races Quinones to the far side boards. It's Belt picking up out of the scrum, throwing for Kraft. He gets hammered down, and the ref's arm is up. I believe it's going to be a penalty, or it could just be that the net is off. It is going to be the net is off. No penalty on the hit on the falling Kraft. So we remain 5 aside. Middle Country 1-8 coming into this game, but they have 3 points in overtime loss to Connect Quad Sayville, got them 1 point. Their win got them 2. They sit 1 point behind West Islip for the 8th playoff seed, and they are tied with Ward Melville for those 3 points. Bryn Schempf couldn't take that one in cleanly. It goes onto the stick of Ryan Collins. He springs Blake Belt, who lets a shot go wide past the net. Kraft chipping it out of the corner around to Belt. Joseph Golod in front of him. Drop pass to Ryan Collins up the blue line, looking for the tip in front. That one got blocked off the stick of Kraft. Matthew Morandi, he gets taken down by Aiden Asman. The hero from that overtime game. Asman scoring the goal late in overtime to give the Cougars that win. Here comes Asman now. O'Brien with him. Asman letting it go wide off the sideboard. Schurman trying to pick it up, but Ryan Collins will take it first. Belt. Up to Beckman. He can't find it. Turns it over now. Asman letting it go. Nice kick save there by Martin. Come the Tigers the other way, led by Blake Belt. Henry Norris trailing the play. So is Beckman. That's Norris. 1-on-2. Belt going for the change. The shifts are short and quick. Brown out fresh off the bench. Middle Country swings in. Cougars lengthening their shifts. Tigers trying to shorten theirs, really trying to hold on, see if they can keep the pace. Long way to go in this one. We are 5:40 to go here in the first. Still have 30 more minutes to play after this. Back out at center. Ruthkowski throwing towards Norris. Pass was out of his reach. So it's Andrew Lightby throwing it to the bench. The whistle's going to get blown here. Too many men calls. The Tigers are trying to go for the change. A tough play there. So it's going to be a Middle Country power play. Middle Country now on the power play. Quinones letting it go. Martin makes the kick save. Puck almost turned over. Belt trying to race Kolb to it. It's Kolb on it first. Moving it up to Howard. Howard back to Kolb. Over to Asman, letting a one-time go. Didn't get all of it. It went wide of the net. Puck gets out of the zone. Quinones trying to spin away from Paragallo. Tyler Paragallo, captain of this Tigers squad, operating at neutral and swung all the way back in. Minute 20 to go on the power play. Asman cutting, dropping, no one there. Cougars in a little bit of a change. Paragallo now trying to catch this one. Whitbeck tried to send it back. It hit off the skate of Paragallo and sat idle at center, allowing Devin Quinones to cut into the zone. Shooting one towards the net. No one could get a tip on it. Whitbeck was in front. Excuse me, TJ Howard was in front. Ryan Collins, no look pass to Paragallo, sets him up for the clear. It goes all the way down. The Tigers will get the change. 35 seconds to go on the bench minor for the Tigers. We're under 4 minutes now to go in the period. Schurman, with O'Brien and Whitbeck. Robertson up the top. Hoffler again. Too many men called as Leipy hopped onto the ice, so it's going to be another bench minor. This one a really bad penalty taken by the Cougars. The play wasn't in front of the bench like it was for the Tigers, where it's just a bad break. That's just a miscommunication on the part of Leipy. So the last 11 seconds going to be canceled out on the power play for the Cougars. It's now going to be a minute 50 of power play time for Northport Huntington. This could totally swing the momentum of the game. The Cougars coming out having a nice offensive showing early, not able to net one, and now we're going to have to go down a man for a minute 50 after this 4-on-4 concludes. Face off. It's Brown. Has the puck taken away from him by Hoffler. Turned over in front. Back up top. Savaglio lets one go, and Michael Sittler makes the save. It's now a Tigers power play. We approach 3 minutes to go. Spring pass to Belt. Slices through two Cougar defenders. Over to Savaglio. He tries to throw it to Ryan Collins. Collins didn't move to take it, took a hit, thrown in front. Rebound couldn't be put home by Beckman. It got blocked wide. Savaglio, Ryan Collins at the right face-off dot. He shoots, saves Sittler, rebound chance. Michael Sittler has that one too. Joseph Beckman on the hunt, shooting it right into the crest of Michael Sittler. Sittler able to hold that one, get the face-off. Now a minute 15 to go on the power play. Schumann spins around, able to stay on his feet. He got the puck in deep, most importantly. Now a hounding forecheck on Collins as he's trying to escape the zone. He gets it to Brown, and they are able to move it over the Cougar blue line, but it doesn't stay in there long as Middle Country clears it all the way back down. Savaglio quarterbacking the power play. Long pass to Paragallo. Tyler Paragallo goes outside to inside, tries to get around his man. One of the Cougars loses their stick. It was one of the defensemen. Sticks handed off. The puck comes out, maybe inadvertently, so a break there for Middle Country, able to pick up their stick. Belt over to Paragallo. Tyler Paragallo trying to make a move to the net. He gets cut off and pushed out. Paragallo up to Savaglio, looking for the tip shot. Blake Brown deflected it wide. Brown back in front, side of the net. Paragallo off the side. Savaglio, slap shot, wide. Puck comes all the way out. As we're back to 5-on-5, power play expires. Minute and a half to go in the first. This one gloved down by Martin. Savaglio chips it away from pressure, finding Ryan Collins. He has his head up, trying to find Paragallo. It's out of his reach. It goes all the way down, no touch, so it's an icing call, and it'll come back to next to Haley Martin. Face off, one back, Golod steering it in deep to the zone. Side of the net, Middle Country throwing it in front. Spinning chance for Howard, couldn't get anything on it. Golod gloves it down, but it's still signaled as offsides. Cougars touch up, but the puck comes out to center. Miscommunication there between Robertson and Hoffler. Robertson now having to retreat. Hoffler couldn't take that pass in, so the Tigers now getting offensive opportunities. We have 40 seconds to go. Still no score here in the first period. Both teams looking to try and break the ice on this one as DeMuro throws it towards the net. Sittler steers it off safely behind. Morandi gives a lot of space there, backs up to play this one. Hoffler hounding him. gets some help from Kraft to move it. Kraft will now go for the change. As it's Beckman, hard on Gola, driving him into the end boards, 10 seconds to go. One last chance, Rutkowski stops, able to keep it in. Second try, able to keep it in too. 1 second, and the first period will conclude scoreless. Shots in favor, 6-4 of the Tigers. Both goaltenders making some key saves in that period to keep us where we are. Take a short break, and after the intermission, we'll be right back. No score in the first period right here on the LI Sports Network. Mentioned in the pregame, Northport Huntington trying to get back over 500 for the first time since September. Their rival, the St. Anthony's Friars, got over 500 last night with a win over West Islip, moving them to 5-4-1 and up to 4th place after an 0-3 start. An impressive turnaround by the Friars from St. Anthony's. As we're back underway here, you might see a new face in the face-off circle for the Tigers. It's Michael Agafonov joining late as Blake Brown, right off the face-off, gets a shot away, and it had to be steered aside by Michael Sittler. A welcome sight if you're the Tigers, a fresh reinforcement, and one of your best scorers, Michael Agafonov. Jimmy Ioannidis also joining him. Ioannidis starting out on the bench. But two more players for the Tigers who really didn't get much going offensively last period. Had a couple shot attempts and some good time late there on the power play. But here's Agafonov in alone. Michael Agafonov, Michael Sittler makes the save. Big save, Michael Sittler. We remain scoreless in the second. A little bit of a turnover. Some players puck watching. Michael Agafonov gets lost in the fray all alone, one-on-one. Sittler with the shoulder knocks it down and gets some help from his defense, clearing it out. Big save there for number 33 in net. Agafonov now off the face-off, trying to spin away, find some space. Belt couldn't help him out. Clear, gets through Paragallo. Rutkowski, Collins, back. Robertson going to the net. Rutkowski able to knock it off the stick of the Cougars. It sits in front, shot, couple stuffed chances, couldn't be put home. The whistle blows. Martin makes the save. This one precariously positioned in front of the net. Haley Martin not picking it up. It drifted wide in the blue paint. Couple saves for the Northport goaltender. Some pushing and shoving after the whistle. No penalties distributed, just some good clean hockey fun. So we continue on with this physicality in the game. The face-off. Middle Country still trying to go with the offensive attack. Still yet to net one in this game. So here comes Agafonov with Belt. Blake Belt trying to get around Robertson. He turns him away, and it's cleared all the way down. Now it's a foot race. Whitbeck, Paragallo, Ioannidis. Paragallo wins it. Whitbeck hard on him. Not letting him get away that easily. The Cougars scratching and clawing away at the Tigers, trying to knock them off their game. Belt, Collins, Agafonov, loft pass in. Agafonov behind the net, looking for the centering chance. Put on net, knocked down and saved by Michael Sittler. Tigers starting to move now. Some better looks as a Gaffinoff from behind the net throws it in front. Collins won. Collins only got the one away. Sittler able to scoop it up and hold, get the whistle, and the face-off now. Trying to be taken out by the Cougars. Paridi turned it over, had it taken away as this one is banked high off the glass, out of play, and the face-off will stay inside the zone. Tigers have done a nice job so far of containing the Middle Country offensive attack. Defense really helping out in front of Haley Martin. She's made a bunch of nice saves to really put the icing on the cake here early. We'll see if they're able to continue that and maybe net a couple, give themselves some breathing room. But a game much like the first time these two teams met. Obviously the Tigers missing some players here tonight. They've gotten a couple back. But these two teams have played some close games as that one was gloved down wide by Sittler. Paragallo throws it down, takes a hard hit. The puck sits idle at the side of the net. Paragallo battling there. That was Paridi. Now here comes Quinones throwing it over. Asman in front, or it was a Schempf, excuse me. He puts it on net and he's turned aside by Martin. Play continues behind the net. Golod trying to keep it in, couldn't do it, just squeaked out over the blue line. Cougars gonna go for the change, and Paragallo gonna streak up the near side in a hurry. Here comes Paragallo. Tigers going for a little bit of change. Paragallo short side sent it through the crease. Agafonov back out on the ice. Jacqueline McGee trying to stick handle away. Agafonov takes it back, hands off to Belt. Belt spinning some circles in the face-off dot, and that one got thrown high by Agafonov. Golod chipping up out of the zone, looking for McGee. She gets wrapped up with Savaglio. They go hard into the scorer's table. Whitbeck coming to her aid now, throwing a hard hit on Savaglio. The physical play has been a constant here. It's really translated to keeping the goals off the board. Here's a chance in front. Cougars clogging the middle. This one thrown by Savaglio through. Belt couldn't get a stick on it. Rutkowski coming for a skate down the wall. Belt throwing it back in front. It got swept out of the blue paint. Collins over. Agafonov. Back to Collins. Ryan Collins trying to stick handle. Rutkowski steps down. Golod looking to move it. Belt overskated, allowing Golod to try and clear it. He whiffed. Some tired Cougars out there. Golod's been out there for a very long time. It's Collins now trying to hustle on it. Kolb throwing it the wrong way up the boards. Rutkowski, nice keep. Gets it in deeper. Collins spins Golod away. Another chance to clear. This one is all the way down, and it does not go on net, so it's icing, but both teams will get to change if they want. The face-off, though, coming all the way back down as we have 10 minutes to go in the period. Brown. Hoffler winning that face-off away from Blake Brown. It's Schuerman throwing it all the way down. Does it have enough steam? No, icing waved off. Paragallo gonna have to play it. He swings it over to Ioannidis, who banks it around the oncoming forecheck of the Cougars. They turn it away from the blue line, keep it in deep and far side. It's Dylan DeMuro. Pass to nobody. A hard hit thrown there. It looks like a slashing penalty going to be upcoming against Jonathan Robertson. He's going to go to the box. It's going to be interference against 79 for the Cougars. Another power play for the Tigers here in a scoreless game. This is the first actual penalty being called. The first two too many men bench minors. An interference call here as Savaglio got thrown down to the ice on the hit thrown by Robertson. Off the faceoff, it's one back. Paragallo over to Savaglio. He throws that one wide. Collins, help from Agafonov. Belt out there on the faceoff with them as Ryan Collins threw that one towards the net. Savaglio over to Belt to Collins. Collins back up top to Paragallo. Down to Ryan Collins, into the middle. Blake Belt to Agafonov, tried to go between the legs, and he whiffed on it. Back up to Paragallo. Over to Ryan Collins. Paragallo, one time, he scores! Power play goal. Tyler Paragallo, Tigers on the board first. Persistence paying for Paragallo. The Tigers offense had been stymied so far here tonight. The persistent passing. Good looks. Finally, Paragallo in the middle sends a low runner past the right leg of Michael Sittler. And we're 1-0 Northport Huntington. Asman, little bit of an equipment malfunction, it appears, so the official gonna hold on. A big goal there for the captain of the Northport Huntington Tigers, doing exactly what a captain should. A big player showing up in a big moment, putting the team on his back, giving them a lead. Ioannidis, hard hit thrown there, but it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Middle country with Howard going to the net. I believe that was Whitbeck, couldn't get it over to him, turned over. There's O'Brien coming into the fray. Hard hit thrown here, another penalty upcoming, icing signaled. And now Whitbeck has thrown his stick down. The penalty gonna be upcoming here. Just as quickly as he scored on the power play, he now giveth one to the Middle Country Cougars. It's gonna be Tyler Paragallo going to the box for 2 minutes and giving Middle Country a good opportunity here to try and retie this game. Agafonov and Hoffler on the face-off. Agafonov sent it to the corner. Morandi now trying to get it away from Schurman. Up top to Robertson. Robertson took the penalty that led to the power play goal for the Tigers. How poetic it'd be if he scores on the Paragallo penalty to tie this one, but it's Ryan Collins stripping it away, trying to send himself on his way to the net, but it was Schurman kicking it away. Nice back check there from 21 in white. Another shot thrown, that one got blocked high and wide off the glass. Up top over the blue line. It gets past Robertson. Michael Agafonov with a look, gets around Robertson. Agafonov backhand, he scores! Michael Agafonov, welcome to the game. What a goal from 89, 2-0 Tigers. A move around Robertson at high speeds. He goes 5-hole on Sittler. And the reinforcement for the Tigers comes up clutch. 2-0 Northport. Still 1:09 of power play time for Northport Huntington. But back-to-back goals for the Tigers. A big response to the Paragallo penalty. Some lack of communication on the defensive part of the Cougars, not really knowing who's going to pick up that loose puck at center, as this one is turned over to Brown inside the Cougars zone. But a great move by Michael Agafonov to go outside, inside, and between the legs of Robertson, and at high speed have the body control and the awareness to get that one on net. Put enough on it to squeak it through the legs of Sittler. And it's now 2-0 Tigers halfway through this game. The Tyler Paragallo penalty is a roughing penalty. He has 23 seconds left on that one as this one bounces on net. Sittler knocks it up, gloves it down, and sets up his defenseman. Kolb throwing the pass long. Nobody could get on it from Middle Country. It's turned over to the Tigers, who leave it at center. But all Middle Country can do is push it forward as Howard gets shoved a little bit. He seems to be in some discomfort. Here comes Belt the other way. Belt trying to put a move on Agafonov, who just scored, had an opportunity in front. Asman guiding it away now. Gonna walk up out of the zone, send the pass up to Cancia. Hoffler joining him. Cancia throwing it on net, steered aside by Martin. Another chance in front, they score! The response from Middle Country, it's Luke Hoffler on the doorstep. Big goal from a big player. The lead is in half. The score sheet has it as Cancia, but I do believe it was Luke Hoffler netting his 4th of the year. A big goal here as Middle Country doesn't seem to be done yet. That one was thrown over to Cancia by Schuerman. Schuerman now going for a skate, trying to oppose 5 Tigers. He gets it in deep. Ioannidis on it in the corner. Cancia taken down, gets it to Schuerman. Hoffler lurking in the slot. He moves on it now down below the goal line. Back to Cancia. It's turned over to the Tigers. They exit the zone. Kraft bodies it up, gets it to Agafonov. Collins with him, Michael Agafonov. Nice play there by Golod. And now here comes Middle Country the other way. A pass to get Schuerman on the break was broken up by Savaglio. Collins spins away from Leipe. He goes whizzing by on the puck. Morandi pinches in, tries to play it deeper now. He's pinned up with 2 Cougars. Kraft trying to help out. It gets past Agafonov. Golod trying to put the pressure on. Agafonov squeaks in, has Collins with him again. And again, nice back check from the Cougars to deny the odd man rush. Agafonov one more time, dangles through Agafonov. What a save by Michael Sittler as he holds for the whistle. The goal now has been changed to Luke Hoffler from Nicholas Cancia. That is Hoffler's 4th goal of the season. The Paragallo goal, his 5th. And the Agafonov, his 8th, giving him sole possession of the scoring lead for the Tigers. A nice glove save there by Michael Sittler. So we get replay inception. One replay over the other. Paragallo letting this one go from the blue line. Sittler gloving it down, getting out high on that one. As the face-off taken by Middle Country, they spring out to center. 2-2 is where we sat after 2 periods in game 1, all the way back on September 12th. Where will we sit after the next 4 minutes of period 2 in this one? Belt to Savaglio, he lets it go. Sittler knocks it down, keeps play moving. Savaglio throws it off the side of the net. Here comes Middle Country again, trying to come all the way back. It's Quinones, Devin Quinones throwing in front. Martin guides it away. Rebound chance pushed wide. Savaglio will let this one go by. It'll go all the way down for icing, but a much needed change for the Tigers. They'll get a fresh 5 out there. Paragallo goal coming from Ryan Collins and Michael Agafonov, and the Agafonov goal coming from Morandi. It's where we are, 2-1. Jacqueline McGee tries to get it deep. McGee now on the right faceoff dot, pushing it to the net. There's a shot and a nice save by Haley Martin. McGee moving it through. A shot there from Asman, swallowed up by Martin. She's able to hold on now. So we're back underway with the faceoff. Whistle here. Let's see what this call is going to be. Maybe just a false start. Face-off going to stay where it is. Agafonov and Asman going to square up. It's Agafonov taking it forward. Michael Agafonov establishes, turns around, throws it into some Cougars players. Now Middle Country going to look to escape. Paragallo can't get there. It's McGee carrying in, trying to throw over for Asman, who's cut off by Ruthkowski. The bank pass to Agafonov now, 2-on-2 with DeMuro. Agafonov lets it go, and it's steered aside by Sittler. Back out now. Asman trying to get around Ruthkowski. Paragallo back. Asman around. Man in front. A sandwich right in front of the goal. The other way, here come the Tigers. Ryan Collins. Agafonov with him. DeMuro with him. Collins in the corner. This one tried to be cleared up the board. Savaglio spun out. Decided to give some space. Schuerman. Kolb. Drop pass for Kolb. Over. Man off the bench. Shot up in the air, and it's behind Martin. It got a piece of her. She made the save. And maybe inadvertently put it in a really good spot. Beckman. Working hard. Golod tries to steer this up. It's Savaglio keeping it in. Brown in the slot shooting, and it's gloved and held by Michael Sittler. Under 100 ticks now to go in the second period. Throwing on net was Beckman, and it went wide through the crease. Ioannidis at the top. Trying to keep it in, can't do so. The second clear by the Cougars goes. Now a whistle here. It's going to be offside signaled, I believe, or maybe icing rather. That one rode along the near side boards. Didn't have a totally clear visual of it. Didn't realize how much steam it had. But now the face-off coming all the way back to the left of Sittler. We'll answer that question. It was icing as Agafonov wins this face-off back. Ioannidis letting it go, and a kick save off the toe from Sittler. Savaglio keeping it in. Trying to get it to Ryan Collins, who's playing some forward here tonight out of his usual defensive spot. Collins trying to dangle through. Quinones stood him up. Here comes Middle Country. Hoffler cutting in. Luke Hoffler letting one go, and it was wide of Martin. Quinones at the point. Lets it go. The tip chance by Hoffler went wide. Rebound in front, pushed wide again. Narrowly moving closer and closer are the Cougars. To no avail, though, as here comes Belt up to Agafonov. 30 seconds to go. He shoots one blocked up off the glass. Agafonov. Back up to Savaglio. He returns it down low to Belt. 20 seconds. Savaglio pinching. Almost paid off for him. Instead, it's turned over to Middle Country now. Can Agafonov get back? It's Schuerman. 2-on-1 with Cancia. Cancia in the slot. Had the puck drift off his stick. Would have been a great look open in front. Clock winding down, 3 seconds, one last chance. Robertson throws it towards the net, and it's gonna be no goal as it went wide as the period expired. Martin diving. The Tigers survive the second, up 2-1. We go to the final intermission before the final 15 right here on the LI Sports Network. Final 15 ready to go. Shots even 13 apiece. The Tigers out to a 2-1 lead, courtesy of Michael Agafonov and Tyler Paragallo. The two tallies for the Tigers in the second period. Luke Hoffler responding just a minute and a half after Agafonov to bring the Cougars back within one. After an icing right off the face-off, Middle Country trying to clear it out. A leaping try by Paragallo. Keeps it in for the moment. Some confusion there. Players just standing around looking at the puck like, I don't want to touch it, you touch it. Somebody did touch it. Play continues. It's Agafonov now trying to operate just inside the blue line. He gets directed out, and the Tigers have to reset. Paragallo going to be content with throwing this one all the way down low. Northport looking to pull away with this victory. If they can survive this final 15, Middle Country getting some good rushes as here they come again. Paragallo back, can't see it going to the net. Paragallo, nice play there to steer whip back out wide. Ryan Collins, touch past the belt. Here comes Northport, 4-on-2, belts past into the skates of Culp. As a rebound chance here. Culp turned it back over. This one gets lofted high down the ice. Not nearly enough steam to go for icing. It's going to allow the Middle Country Cougars to go for a change, but right back in. Agafonov at the top of the left circle. That one just missed going in past the post. Sittler got a piece of it. The other way, Agafonov steals it away from Asman. Kraft, nice touch pass there as he gets taken down. A shot from Brown. A delayed penalty upcoming here against Middle Country. Agafonov skating back, taking this one. Still no touch. Now the touch comes and we'll get the penalty call. It's going to be Robertson going to the box again. This is going to put Northport back on the power play. They're 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. The other goal coming short-handed. Michael Agafonov winning the faceoff. Savaglio keeping it in. Ryan Collins walking over, handing the belt. He whiffs on the pass. Quinones takes it away. Savaglio back up top, surveys his options, walking the blue line. Ryan Collins side of the net, right in front, and it gets turned away and out of the zone. Savaglio with O'Brien, trying to make him move it. He does up to Paragallo. Tyler Paragallo, already a goal in this game. Inside, outside, gets behind the net. Paragallo looking at his options. Savaglio up top on the blue line. Savaglio over to Ryan Collins. Collins, Savaglio, they play catch. Back to Savaglio. Let's go, a one-time tipped by Gaffney wide. Rebound chance, also went wide. Couple good looks there for the Tigers. Can't convert on the power play. 55 seconds to go now. Battle for the puck in the corner. Savaglio walking up with the shooting, tipped on net and held by Sittler. Northport still 35 seconds on the power play. Savaglio shooting one wide. Golod muscling Brown away from the puck. Middle Country trying to clear. Savaglio keeps it in again. Puck's been up there a lot in his corner. Down to Kraft. Trying to get the pass back from Brown. Back up to Savaglio. Savaglio shooting, kick save away by Sittler. This one is thrown towards the net. It's held by Michael Sittler for the whistle. Brown set to take the face-off against Whitbeck. He wins it back. Morandi shooting one that got blocked up into the netting, out of play. We'll get a deja vu face-off. Brown and Whitbeck, it's tied up, and Middle Country takes it, dumps it. We're back to 5-on-5 now as Whitbeck and Schuerman come into the zone together. It's Whitbeck throwing it behind. Schuerman picking it up, spinning it away from the Tiger pressure. Schuerman walking and shooting, and Martin makes the initial save. The rebound pops all the way back out to Schuerman. And he tries to reset up the offense, but it's turned over now. Morandi is turned away. Kraft throws it in. Believe it hit Morandi, so it's going to be whistled offsides. The faceoff will come back out. Two-one game, hasn't been much action. The second period was more eventful than the first, as this one is blocked up into the Middle Country bench. Everybody heads up over there. But a low-scoring affair nonetheless. It talked about how Middle Country plays in those low-scoring games. They don't score a lot of goals, but they've been competitive, and they've been able to hold teams right down to the wire, just haven't really been able to finish them off. We'll see if that overtime win sparked a new leaf in this Middle Country squad. This one comes out and it's whistled offsides. It tried to be gloved back in by the on-charging Cancia. It's just a step too late. So we'll reset, and Gafanov wins the faceoff. Ioannidis pushing it up to Belt. It's turned over and turned over again, right back to the Tigers. Here comes Paragallo now, winding and shooting off the short side of Sittler. Battle for it. Middle Country breaking out of the zone. Couldn't get further than the blue line before Blake Belt now 1-on-4. Trying to get squeezed off the puck. Belt, hands off, Agafonov surveying his options, trying to find Ioannidis up top. He'll take it and move it. Nice bank pass to Belt. Belt with Collins in front. Belt swinging around the net. Paragallo with the side. What a save, Michael Sittler. Michael Sittler has made 16 saves in this hockey game. That one may be the biggest to keep Tyler Paragallo away from goal number 2 and keep this a 1-goal game. Paragallo swung it all the way back in. It comes all the way down. Icing waved off. Ioannidis gonna have to play it away from Asman. He gets it up to Agafonov. Both teams going for changes. Asman picks it up at center. Nice back check there from Ryan Collins. The defensive presence showing for number 3 as he's up in the forward spot tonight. Paridi trying to skate hard, throw the body around. Couldn't take the puck away from Agafonov. It's Savaglio. Nice pass onto the stick of Collins. Ryan Collins shooting one that got blocked off into the corner. Agafonov over the left face-off dot, blocked up into the rafters. Didn't touch anything, it's still in play. Long stretch pass to Lloyd. Couldn't beat Rutkowski. He'll take it. Hand off over to Savaglio. Robert Savaglio over the blue line. In front, Agafonov backhand, wide past the diving Sittler. Rutkowski walking back towards the blue line, throws it, it got blocked to the corner. DeMuro trying to recenter it. Back up Rutkowski. Sees his man Brown far side. Brown down low, takes the hit. DeMuro lost it into the corner, it's Kolb trying to backhand it up out of the zone. Another hard hit thrown on Brown. The physicality has persisted through 3 periods. Savaglio as the Cougars try to hustle in a change. Nice back check there. Savaglio is turned away. He throws it off the side of the net where Brown retrieves it into the slot for nobody. Cougars trying to hold off the offensive attack of the Tigers. It was Kraft throwing it ahead. Turned over now. Here comes Hoffler, the lone goal scorer for Middle Country. Hoffler gets tripped up. No call there. Some inadvertent skates hitting together. Beckman got some help from Paragallo. They move it along. It's Kraft with Brown going to the net. Beckman couldn't get anything on that. Here comes Middle Country. A chance almost there for Schuerman. Hoffler couldn't hit him on the stretch pass. Here's O'Brien. That one knocked away from him. 6.5 to go. 1-goal game. It's Hoffler now. Trying to find it. It gets knocked out of his stick, out of the zone. Golod. Pass in. Over center. Turned over. Robertson in. Robertson throwing short side into the glove of Martin. She'll hold on for the whistle. Enormous face-off upcoming for the Middle Country Cougars, still down 1 goal, trying to knot this thing up. And they score! Off the face-off, we're tied! Whitbeck, it's Asman, the hero! Tie game, Aiden Asman! What a turn of events. Enormous face-off indeed. Aiden Asman beats Haley Martin. We're knotted at 2, 6 minutes to go. Puck back in the Northport Huntington zone. It's Savaglio. Tip to Collins. Couldn't get it to Belt. Whitbeck turned it back over. Here comes Blake Belt. Belt trying to go outside. He loses the puck. Here comes TJ Howard. Turning. Losing it to Michael Agafonov. Nice move to get through Robertson and Howard. Agafonov hands it to Hoffler. Hoffler. It's ping pong back and forth in the middle of the ice. Belt. It eventually drifts over to Agafonov. He throws it down low. Northport trying to muster the energy to finish this one off. The momentum on the Cougars' side. Northport in front. Belt to Agafonov. They couldn't connect. The other way. Here comes Hoffler. Paragallo back. Hoffler. Schuerman down low. Shoots. That one got blocked. Schuerman. O'Brien. They can't retain. Here comes Michael Agafonov. Agafonov drags, shoots, and it's saved by Sittler. Middle Country coming out of the zone. A little bit of 2-on-1. Hoffler, one man back, throws it just wide of the net past the blocker of Martin. Ruthkowski in front of the net, trying to clear it. Leipy swings it down low. Kolb, or excuse me, that's O'Brien trying to move on to it. Collins couldn't get there, sits in front, shot, nice back check there by Ruthkowski. Hoffler all alone looking for the slap pass. He had Kolb cutting to the net, couldn't get him there. Beckman will clear it all the way down, icing waved off, nice finesse there from 2-4 in blue. He'll follow his own clear as Brown Kraft come back out onto the ice. A touch leave. Nobody home from Middle Country. Offside's gonna be signaled. Tigers couldn't clear the zone in time. Aiden Asman from Scott Whitbeck, back-to-back games with back-to-back goals, his third of the year. He's shown up in the biggest moments late for this Middle Country squad recently. Who's gonna be the hero now? 3.5 to decide it in regulation. An overtime awaits if nobody can break the scoreboard in these last couple of ticks. Middle Country moves it in deep. It's Brown backhanding it up. Kraft pinned. Can't see ya. Battling for it. Brown moving it. Bank pass. It goes all the way down. Icing signaled and called. We'll get the face-off coming back. Middle Country riding the wave of momentum. Savaglio going to step out on the ice, going to be replaced by Captain Tyler Paragallo. Wonder if Northport's thinking about maybe a timeout here. Tigers seem to just be a little bit on their heels. A dangerous face-off coming up here to a hot Cougar squad. Whitbeck to Asman. He blindly sends it down deep looking for Whitbeck. He finds him. He's pinned up with Morandi and Belt. From his knees, able to squeak it back. It finds its way to Whitbeck. Short side, couldn't put it in front. Collins up to Paragallo. Couldn't get a stick on it, just out of his reach. Golod, Paridi, leave it behind at center. Quinones almost turning it over to Belt in the neutral zone. Instead, here comes Middle Country. Odd man rush, Tigers trying to come back. Whitbeck gets leveled by Paragallo, and Agafonov comes to move Asman away. And now here comes Ryan Collins. A little bit of an odd man rush over to Belt. Belt throwing one wide. It banks back on net, and it'll be covered and held by Sittler. There is the timeout from the Tigers. They do elect to take it. They want to regroup here the last 2 minutes, 18 seconds in this game. Aiden Asman, the only goal scorer in the third period, has us tied at 2, and we're just over 2 minutes away from overtime. After this game, we have we have Kings Park, Comac, Smithtown, Hopog fans starting to file in for that game. It's going to be a loud one. It's going to be a good one, but we got to settle business here first. 2-2, 2:18 to go. Tigers out of the timeout looking to take back their lead. They were once up 2-0. We're now tied at 2. As I mentioned before the timeout, who's going to be the hero? Ryan Collins trying to be that hero, fanned on the shot. It's Savaglio now with Shorman getting around him, couldn't catch up to the puck though. Martin will play Shorman from a tough angle off the side. What a move there from Robert Savaglio. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. He lifted it off his stick and threw it behind him lacrosse style to get the clear out of the zone. Nifty play by Savaglio. Paragallo, tied up, works near side boards, back up to Savaglio. He returns to Paragallo, who lets one go off the shoulder of Michael Sittler. Middle Country, taking the turnover, sending Shurman. Brandon Shurman letting one go, and Martin steers it aside. Another chance, in front, the puck sits. Here comes a Gafanov the other way. A Gafanov letting it go. It got blocked. Sitting in the left face-off circle. Paragallo kicks it. It stays in. We're under a minute now to go. Paragallo. Another kick. Belt throwing it off the skate of Robertson in front. Never got to Sittler. Turnover. Belt hands it right back to the Cougars. They get out of the zone. Savaglio. Cougars in a change. Tigers touch up. Savaglio coming in, shooting off the post. Short side, he tried a rebound chance. The whistle is blown. What is the call here? The net has come off, I believe. A tough call there. If you're Northport, Huntington, looked like you had a great opportunity on the doorstep late in this game. The net comes off, it's Mourns. And with 26 seconds left, we're gonna get a face-off in the Middle Country zone. Plenty of time left for Northport to try and net something here, as well as Middle Country. As Northport wins the face-off, it's Savaglio throwing on. Sittler makes the save and gets a rise out of the crowd. Middle Country trying to will their team to hold on and maybe win this game. Cougars looking to get back-to-back wins after starting 0-8. What a victory this would be to take it from a hot Northport Huntington team. As I mentioned, trying to get back over 500. Face-off almost taken forward by Middle Country. Instead, it's Savaglio throwing. 15 seconds to go. Paragallo tied up in his skates. Might just be content taking this to overtime. Here's Collins though, down low, touch pass in front, it goes wide, and that will do it for regulation as there was one more chance thrown. It doesn't go in. but 45 minutes is not enough. We're going to need overtime, and it's going to be coming up right here on the LI Sports Network after this short break. Overtime, something Middle Country is all too familiar with. They are 1-1 in overtime. The Tigers have tied an overtime game this season. Aiden Asman scored the only goal for either side in overtime this season. It came in their last game against Ward Melville. It's Schurman off the face-off with just 4 minutes to operate. Robertson throwing in, forcing Martin to steer it aside. Savaglio up to Paragallo. Oh, that was Agafonov. There's Savaglio. The pass was behind him from Paragallo, allowing Middle Country to try and come back out of the zone, though. Nice leg there by Blake Belt. As Paragallo falls down, Robertson throws in, but nobody there. Savaglio gets taken down, covers up, trying to keep the puck away. This one steered out of the middle by Paragallo. He appears to be in some discomfort after he took a spill, so he works his way over to the bench. Agafonov, Collins, Ruthkowski. Agafonov had it broken up. Ioannidis out there with him. Here comes Middle Country the other way. Quinones throwing one off the end boards. Ruthkowski, Agafonov. Can Michael Agafonov make it happen? Not here. Here comes Middle Country on the break. Quinones into the net. Martin has it under her. Where is it? What's the call? It's a goal! Middle Country wins again! Middle Country in overtime again! They've won back-to-back! They steal it from the Tigers! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! Middle Country! Playoff positioning! The Cougars now the 8th seed in the varsity division. Improbably! Devin Quinones on the break. Put it inside. Haley Martin did everything in her power to try and keep that one out. It just was not enough. And Middle Country moves to 2-8, while the Tigers fall to 4-5-1. What a game and what an ending. Middle Country takes this one. That's going to do it for game one. I hope everybody can stick around for game two coming up shortly here after the break. Kings Park, Colmac, Smithtown, Hauppauge. Good luck following that one up. If you are not going to stick around, I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope everybody can catch you. I hope to catch everybody next time on the LI Sports Network. I'm signing off right now. Goodbye, everybody.